Oregon's Good Samaritan law, I like it. I've evaluated all the different states' Good Samaritan laws that have them. We revised it in 1999, as most states do, to add AED to the CPR and First Aid's Good Samaritan. In 2006, they also added the wording for adding AED, but between 1999 and 2006, for you to have an AED, you must have an oversight, a medical oversight, a physician oversight. And one of the delays of getting AEDs in the field is people say, I don't have a connection to that medical oversight, and the added cost of paying a physician to oversee your program. Where programs were saving lives and physicians weren't involved at all, so our state legislation said, let's change it because we want more AEDs out there, and we don't want it to be a delay to have the physicians. The other thing that the Good Samaritan does is outline what that Good Samaritan is. And that Good Samaritan is somebody who is acts of omission or commission, which means even if you have it on the wall and you don't use it, you're not liable for it. So you're not required to use the AED. Your ethics of understanding the importance of saving a life is why it's there, but you're not required to use it. The only thing that these respond to is cardiac arrest. So there's a lot product liability of making that assessment. So in other words, the Good Samaritan law gives you that added protection, whether you're trained or not, by the way. We recommend that you take a certified class to take the time to learn how to work it, but you don't have to have it in order to work these because they're that easy. So what we did is to make sure we emphasized acts of omission or commission, whether you used it or not, you're protected under those guidelines for the use of the unit. So, you bet.
Ernie Foster, Forum member. Where do you find these things in a mall? Good
question. Well, some of the security of a mall will have them with them in their vehicles or have them available. If, like an airport, if you were to put them so that they have public access to the individuals, any place usually in a mall that you would go so long and you'd see bathrooms. If you're in one of the malls, a lot of times there are maps. When you're in, these days the malls are so large, there are maps to say what stores are where. You've probably seen these maps every so often that you see them in entrances to the malls. They're now also starting to show you where the restrooms are and a little symbol, which is an AED symbol. An AED symbol is a heart with a bolt of lightning going through it. And no matter where you go in the world, it's the same. AEDs, automated external defibrillators. If you were in China, as an example, and you were in the airport, you wouldn't see Chinese figures saying AED. It says AED. No matter what language, and by the way, these come and ordered in almost all languages around the world. And so if you wanted one in Spanish, if you wanted one in Arabic, if you wanted one in any, you could order them that way. They're not changeable at time. So we'll get there in just a minute with the cost. So in this case, I would go, if they don't have a symbol on it, any place has the restrooms, or where we used to have public telephones. Those are rather gone away with the evolution of cell phones. So usually where the public locations, where the phones used to be and where the bathrooms are, is where they usually put the white wall cabinet with an AED. Now, I'm sure after this meeting, you're going to be much more aware. And if you are going Christmas shopping in the mall, all of a sudden you're going to go, there it is. You didn't even notice it before, but now you do.